Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. I am getting ready to start making my junk bows to decorate some of my Christmas crafts with. And I have all of these ribbons. Most of them were purchased at the Dollar Tree. This one came from Walmart, and these came from Walmart, and this one came from Walmart. But I think everything else came from the Dollar Tree. I also have some chunky red yarn and some chunky candy cane striped yarn that I'll be cutting to make little fiber pieces in there. And there's also some hemp cord and some lace. And I have, normally I buy clear pipe cleaners, but for some reason I have a boatload of these silver ones. So I'm going to use these. And I start by cutting these in half. I just fold them and cut them in half. And then that's what I tie my bows together with. And then I have a twisty on the back of the bow that I can attach it to whatever project. If it's something I can attach with this. Otherwise, I hot glue it on and I just cut these off. Pipe cleaners are super cheap, so it just works out that way. Works out really well. So I also have some big rolls somewhere around here of buffalo check red and white and I'm sorry, black and white and red and black. That's about this size. And so I'm going to be cutting them into pieces, and then I'll show you how I'm going to make them. But I'm going to start by cutting, for the bigger bows, I'm going to do, I think, 7 inches, and then I'm going to do some in 5 inches for my smaller projects. And then I have some ornaments I need to decorate that are painted, and they're painted buffalo check. And I think I'm probably going to do about a 4-inch bow on them because they're 6 inches wide at their widest spot and they're round. So I think probably 4 inches for them. So I'm going to pre-cut all this ribbon and then I will come back and show you what I do next. And I apologize for my raspy voice. Yeah, I've been a little under the weather, but I finally got enough voice back to try to do a video for you. So I'll be back as soon as I have these cut. So while I was off camera, I cut out all of these different ribbons into about 6.5 to 7-inch pieces. I like to do that because then everything's already cut and I can just grab and gather and make my bows. Now, junk bows were created out of a necessity to use up a bunch of leftover pieces and scraps and things like that. Now, I haven't cut any of this yet. I may use it, I may not, but it's just some glittered tulle, and I got it at Walmart. I also have some hemp cord that I've cut into pieces because I like that textural element. So I'm going to start by grabbing my big piece of ribbon as my base, and then I'm going to just layer on top some different ribbons that I think will look nice. And I'm going to go from the whitest ribbon down to the skinniest. And I think this one might look good with a piece of green in it. And some lace. Now, this is where I like to put in the hemp cord. I usually put in 3 to 5 pieces. And I put it in the middle. And I like to sandwich it in between a couple of pieces of ribbon because that way it just kind of stays in the bow a little bit better. And I'm just kind of holding everything together in the middle, just adding on different textures and colors until I like what I have. And I'm going to put 1 solid red piece and 2 candy cane stripe pieces of yarn. Now, it doesn't always have to be just ribbon, okay? Now that I've got it, I'm going to gather in the whitest piece. And then I've got my pipe cleaner, which is a full pipe cleaner cut in half. I just kind of fold my ribbon in half to make sure I'm attaching this in the middle. And then I just twist as tight as I can. I open it up, I lay these out, or I can use that as a handle. And I just kind of fluff it up and I pull the pieces apart so that you can see all of the pieces. And then I will go back with my scissors and starting with the back piece, I like to cut a fishtail into it Okay, and I always start with the back piece because that's the piece I want to be the biggest. Okay, I just fold it in half and I cut it. And then each piece is going to be a little bit smaller than the piece behind it so that you see all of the pieces. I still need to kind of pull it and fluff it and get some dimension to it. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Looks a little messy, but that's okay. All right, that's what I've got. Now here's where I can take like a piece of burlap ribbon, or I can take another ribbon that coordinates, or even jute twine would work for this. Let me show you a couple of different ways. And then I just want to make a bow, and I don't want it to be huge. Okay, I'm just going to fold this up, and I'm going to put it into the center of my bow. And then I can wrap this around if I wanted to. You know, that's one look. So you have a regular bow in the middle, and then you would add tails to the back. Or you can do the jute bow. I kind of like the jute bow. I'm going to use 4 fingers to wrap around. I'm going to do 8 or 9 twists. Okay, starting and stopping in the same spot around my hand. Bundle this up, put it in the middle. Get yourself a tail and let it be. Now I'm going to put this around the middle and I'm going to wrap, making sure that I've got my pipe cleaner open in the back because I want to be able to use this. I can use the pipe cleaner to attach my bow. Okay, I need to adjust my bow because I've got a bigger loop on this side than the other. I didn't quite get it in the center. So I'm going to pull that over. Okay, I like that. I'm going to cut a long tail. And then I'm going to take the long tails and I'm going to tie a knot in the back of my bow. And I'm going to tie it tight. And then I'm going to let these strings hang. Okay. Now I'm going to fluff my bow, and I want the car to show. That's like the premier ribbon in there is that car, or truck, I should say. So I'm going to pull that down on both sides, and I'm going to pull the red polka dotted burlap up on both sides. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly pull up different pieces and fluff it until I like it. Okay, and I've got these little hemp cord pieces in there, and I've got this fuzzy yarn stuff in there. Okay, let me get this up close so you can see. There's one junk bow ready to go just to put onto a project. Let me grab a project here. If you watched my Christmas in July series, you saw me make these. And I've never really been happy with what I did to the top of it, but I never thought about junk bows. I could totally put a junk bow on top of that, and look how much that would dress that up. Okay, junk bows are messy. They're not by any means refined or elegant. They use up your scraps. In this case, I bought ribbons to make them because I wanted that messy look. I like that farmhouse, use what you have kind of look, and I think the junk bows give that sort of a look. Okay, and they add some whimsy to your projects. Okay, if you want an elegant bow, this is not your way to go. If you want a more elegant bow, I would start with a more elegant ribbon. This is about 7 inches, so do about 7. Sorry, I'm figuring this out on the fly. I've got 2 7-inch loops, and then I'm going to put it into the middle of my junk bow. Now, I left out all the little stringy stuff. I didn't put in any yarn, and I didn't put in any of the hemp cord. I'm going to take about 18 inches or so of the same ribbon. I'm going to wrap it around, making sure that my pipe cleaner is open in the back, and I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot. I want to make sure that this loop is where I want it and that it's covering the raw edges of those 2 loops, and that it's going to be tight enough to hold those 2 loops in. Figure out which way you want your bow to lay and bring your tails down. Okay. Fluff this up and then pull these apart. Fluff it till you like it. And make sure that you either angle or fishtail all of your ribbon ends. Otherwise they will fray on you, and you don't want that to happen. Now, once you get it kind of modeled in the way you want it, you can find something to wrap your ribbon around. And I like to use the back of a paintbrush. Angle your ends on all of your ribbons. Don't forget your tails down here like I did. Okay. And I'm going to curl them. And the wire is going to help it stay curly. But what else is going to help it stay curly is this product by Aleene's. It's called Stiff and Quick. It's a fabric stiffening spray. I got it at Walmart where they sell the tacky glue and all that stuff. So I've got it twisted around, and I'm just going to spritz it. And then I'm going to take my heat gun to it. You can just let it dry, but I want to do this quick on camera so you can see what it's going to do. It doesn't smell bad. Then I'm going to pull my paintbrush out, and I have a curled ribbon tail. Okay, I just kind of like the way that it looks when it's curly. You can, if you like it, prefer it to be straight, you can totally leave it straight. That works. But what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So I'm just holding the tail, and I'm just wrapping it up the handle of a thick paintbrush. This is a stenciling brush. And then I spritz it, and this isn't dry all the way, but when it dries all the way, it'll be pretty stiff. And I do this to all of my ribbons that need a little body, need to be held up. All right, and that's how you get curly Q ribbon tails. Now, that one I didn't roll as well. I can pull it out. You get it how you like it. Here's that same project I had done. I showed you the other bow. And here's this one. Okay, let me show you up here up close. that's what the bow looks like. Okay, so this is kind of a glitzy or glamoury or whatever you want to call it, junk bow, using up scraps and whatnot. I could also spray these pieces and have them be nice too. Okay, so that's how I make my junk bows, and I'm getting a few of these made up in Christmas ribbons so that I can quickly and easily just grab a bow, slap it on my project, and be done. If I stop and make bows for every project as I go, it seems to take me forever to finish projects. So last year I got the idea of making bows up ahead of time, and when I did that, I finished a lot more projects a lot more quickly. So these are the two bows. Okay, let me know what you think about this project, if you might try making some junk bows for yourself. You can also, make the big loopy bow that they make, but I just am tired of those bows, and I think they're a little bit out of style. I think these are a little more farmhouse and a little more contemporary. Let me know what you think about this project below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so by clicking the subscribe button at the or below the screen, and click the notification bell, and you'll get a notification each and every time I upload a video. I hope you have liked this project, and keep checking back because I am in full on Christmas mode right now, and I've got some craft sales I got to get ready for. So I will share with you as much as I can, as much as time allows, and as much as my voice allows. This has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.